Good morning, Tigers. Today is Thursday, October 25th, and I'm Cameron Ruff.
And I'm Maxim Yogis. Welcome into the Jtnn Morning Show.
In the 113-year history of Jesuit High School, there have been many iconic and inspiring individuals that have shaped and molded the lives of her young men in preparation for their journey through life. These select individuals have forged and lit the path for those following in their footsteps.
Jesuit has been fortunate, generation after generation, to have men and women that were bright beacons of courage and compassion. Men and women whose extraordinary examples and actions were embodiments of service and selflessness. Mr. Richard Peloquin is such a man who has dedicated his life, his time, his energy, everything he has to give in service to something bigger than himself, something even bigger than Jesuit High School.
That's right, Max. Mr. Peloquin devoted his life to an idea that a small group of determined people, fueled by an unquenchable faith in their mission, can alter the course of history. There is a Jesuit term, a Greek term, known as montage, meaning the more. Mr. Peloquin, in true Jesuit fashion, is an outstanding example of this simple yet profound phrase.
To understand a glimpse of Mr. Peloquin's immediate impact in his time here, Jtnn took some time to ask students and faculty to recall their favorite memories and moments of Mr. Peloquin. Here's Patrick Lloyd in this week's segment of Man of Magus.
If you could describe Mr. Peloquin in 3 words, what would they be?
Intelligent, tenacious, and exotic. 3 words. I guess the first one that comes to mind is probably surprising. It's really funny. Probably one of the funniest teachers I had at Jesuit. He's also very demanding, and I don't want to say brilliant, but I mean really smart. Like really smart. That's more than 3 words.
Well, Mr. Peloquin obviously spent over 40 years here, so the first thing that comes to mind is legendary. He gave out a lot of PHs. When I first started my freshman year, I was terrified of him. But he was an incredibly intelligent man, and he knew a lot about what he was doing.
He was an excellent teacher. He was a man of integrity, and he really loved book racks.
He was a great teacher. Once you get over that initial trepidation of the legend of Peloquin, I think you really got to know him for 3 years, and I had a great time in his class.
It was without a doubt the most difficult class I had in Jesuit. I had him for 4 years. And the rigor of the class was always pretty impressive to me as a student. I had him for Latin 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Mr. Peloquin had a way of making the rigor almost kind of fun, or like a badge of honor that his Latin students wore.
He's a good teacher. Everything was difficult, but in the end, you came out knowing something. You always learn something at the end of every day.
Well, obviously you did something right if you spent 40-something years here, but I had a great time in his class. I think he really taught the material well, and I'm really glad I got to spend 3 years with him.
So he was very demanding. One of the things that Mr. Peloquin always talked to us about was the montage. You're a Latin student, you're a Latin scholar, we demand more of you, and that's always stuck with me. We'll miss him very much. Thank you. I know for a fact that I wouldn't be a teacher if it hadn't been for Mr. Peloquin.
Thanks, Patrick. In his 41 years of service to the families and community of Jesuit High School, Mr. Peloquin has become a friend and a fixture here on Himes Avenue.
Max, as we mentioned Mr. Peloquin's impact on the Jesuit community, let's take a quick look at some big events coming up in the next few days around Jesuit. Varsity football travels to South St. Petersburg to take on Gibbs. Jesuit will be hosting its Alumni Memorial Mass here at Himes and St. Anthony's Chapel at 10 a.m. And finally, the annual Thanksgiving Basket Drive begins on Monday, October 29th.
Today we honor Mr. Peloquin. We honor his commitment and devotion to educating and encouraging young men. We honor his passion and purpose in the classroom. We admire his longevity and love for his students and coworkers.
We have dedicated this show to Mr. Peloquin, and unlike his time here at Jesuit, we like to keep it short and sweet. Thanks for joining us here at Jtnn. I'm Cameron Ruff.
And I'm Maxim Yogis. As we close today's show, we acknowledge the great loss Mr. Peloquin is to our community, but wish him vale et bona fortuna, which is Latin for farewell and good luck.
Mr. Peloquin, this is for you. And remember, don't have a rough day. Have a great day.